Ben, let's bring you back in because, of course, you've been following the people who are enacting these policies, which are being used not only to destroy UK, but other Western countries and indeed the United States itself.
The entire global system. And you're absolutely right, Brian. These people are still active, and NCS, just to pick up on one example there, National Citizen Service, David Cameron is still the chairman of that, and they're a key partner to My Life, My Say, who helped get Starmer elected last summer. So this is absolutely relevant right now, today, in this country and further afield. And this is what I'm going to talk about now, just another exemplar of this. Last week, I talked about this organisation, Project Dandelion, a women-led global campaign for climate justice, making every issue a climate issue. They wear these badges. They're extremely well connected. They're all over the place. And I demonstrated a link right from the very top of the global financial system, so the G30, which is essentially the oversight board of the Bank of International Settlements, down into Project Dandelion. And the fact that they're using this as a way to create 2 billion change agents, essentially 2 billion women change agents all around the world in order to bring in this totalitarian top-down reordering of the global system. And I'm pleased to say I actually found out where it came from. Right, so I've done a bit more digging on this and the networks around it, and it all goes back to this organisation, Connected Women Leaders, which does exactly what it says on the tin. This is a global network, hyper-exclusive, founded in 2017, and I'm calling this the VIP room of the Lady Boss Industrial Complex. Right, this is the trend that we're seeing. Lots of very high-powered, well-remunerated, generally very privileged and already wealthy women in positions of power and authority in politics and in the economic system who are colluding with each other, conspiring with each other, frankly, to push this whole agenda forward. It was founded by these three ladies. So that's Pat Mitchell, who's a big-time US media figure, calls herself a dangerous woman. Rhonda Carnegie in the middle there, who I believe is from the Carnegie dynasty. So she's formerly top exec at Condé Nast in the US, worked at the New Yorker. She was a founder of TED Talk fame. And also Hafsat Abiola, who is a young global leader of the World Economic Forum. Right, so these are the three ladies who run it. And the link to Project Dandelion I actually picked up from Rhonda Carnegie's LinkedIn profile. She basically says here that Project Dandelion is a connected women's leaders flagship initiative. That's how she described it. And let's hear a bit more about what the program is all about from the three founders.
We need now, more than ever, a community of women leaders to share experiences, knowledge, and support.
We need a place for women to come together to share stories across geographies, backgrounds, and generations.
We need a place to tackle the biggest problems our world is facing together to create just, equitable, sustainable solutions.
This year, we launched the Connected Women Leaders Resource Hub as a place where emerging leaders can connect and learn, where a global community of women leaders of all ages can come together around a shared purpose to identify and implement the commitments necessary for the generation equality vision to become the reality for all women everywhere.
The systematic problems that Connected Women Leaders Network wants to tackle are not new. The difference is that we are leveraging the lived experience and expertise of women leaders from many different disciplines and backgrounds to collectively shape new ideas, innovations, and actions.
CWL is one branch of a larger ecosystem committed to the goals and actions outlined by the UN Women's Generation Equality Forum. With this tool, we aim to activate a network of networks that connects the CWL community and other like-minded organizations and allies.
Connected Women Leaders was created to accelerate and activate.
To be the bridge between change makers
and the changes we want to see
and be in the world.
Doesn't it make you feel great? Justice, equity, knowledge, support, that lovely music going on in the background. What could possibly go wrong? So this is funded large part by the UN, as far as I can ascertain, and certainly connected into that network. So they referenced this, the Generation Equality Forum. This happened in 2021. This organisation has been running for a little while before that. And it says here that the forum launched a 5-year action journey to achieve irreversible progress towards gender equality, founded on a series of concrete, ambitious and transformative actions, including $40 billion in financial commitments, right? This is a huge global gravy train, and these women are feasting on it, quite frankly. And it's all designed to transform the system ultimately everywhere, and it's backed by all these people. So there's a bunch of national governments in there: France, Georgia, Mexico, South Africa, Sweden, Tanzania, the US. You've got the Gates Foundation in the mix, the Children's Investment Fund, which is Chris Cohn, who's a key Blair ally, Fridays for Future in the bottom right, that's Greta Thunberg, and $40 billion is coming from these organizations and being distributed into these networks in order to influence all women everywhere. Right? Emphatically, all women everywhere. That's what they're targeting. And there's a big focus on lived experience, and that means subjective opinion, right? That's what lived experience is. There's no facts required. You've got to tell us what you feel and what you think, and we'll build things around that, right? And it's a network of networks, importantly, right? And that all intersects around what they call the faculty, which is quite a grandiose way of describing this. Suggests there's an academic background to it, but I don't think that there is. And there's about 100 ladies on this group, and we're talking as connected as you can possibly get. You've got the editor of Time magazine, you've got various people running bits of the UN, you've got the Skoll Foundation, you've got E3G, which is like the global hub for the climate transition, the technology that is supporting that. There are people from the Gates Foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation. You've got Julia Gillard, the former Prime Minister of Australia, Siobhan Haviland from the British Chamber of Commerce, Yang Lan, who I wasn't aware of, is basically the Chinese Oprah. And this is a fully international initiative, right? So you've got people from the US, Europe, Middle East, Africa, China, the whole shebang, right? And all of these networks, and we talk about a lot of these organizations and a lot of these women all of the time, right? If you look back at reporting over the past 12, 18 months, certainly what I've been talking about, a lot of these women are coming up on a consistent basis, and they're all members of this group, and Dandelion is an outcome of the work that they've been doing, right? So this is an extraordinarily powerful network. And to give you a sense of the types of people that we've got in here, I already mentioned that a lot of this is, very privileged, well-heeled, liberal, progressive type women. You've also, on this leadership group, you have the lady who is the founder of this thing, which is the Omega Institute, which describes itself as a vibrant centre for lifelong learning, spiritual exploration and community building, which is a place where these ladies go to meet and talk about the programs that they're implementing. And you can just see on the left-hand side there that a 5-day program with a private room costs nearly $6,000. To go and do yoga and carve up the $40 billion in the huge global gravy train. When you're not doing that, you're going to the UN and getting full access to the UN General Assembly to launch a big international program so that you can spread dandelions all around the world and frankly cause chaos. Right? This is a lot of what this is about, I think, just causing chaos everywhere so they can bring in this new system.
Ben, thank you very much. A couple of people asked while you were talking, but what can we do to stop these organisations? And my instant response to that is to talk about them. Once you know they're there, talk about them, expose them to other people, and start to pull apart, of course, what they're doing, because at the end of the day, this is all about mind control on the people that are not the chosen leaders. We'll talk more about this in extra time.